Okay, so hey everybody, I'm here with John and Chance from Genius Games. They were our first interviewees this morning, and I just want to give them a few seconds on my vlog so they can show off some products that they already have available and their kind of business model, why they're making the kind of games that they are. So go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so we produce exclusively science-themed games. Everything we make is accurate to the science, but it also involves traditional game mechanics that are fun for most gamers, right? So we've got Cytosis here, a cell biology game. You can take a look at the back of the box. This is a worker placement game that takes place inside of a human cell. You place your workers in the areas of the organelles. Those give you macromolecule resources, and very accurate to cell biology. We've got a few other games here, a chemistry game called Ion. This is about ionic bonding, believe it or not. You take ions and you try and bond them ionically to form neutral compounds and score points when you do so. And then another biology game here called Peptide, a protein building game. It's an open selection, almost like card drafting, but it's all open on the table. You're selecting for organelles, and those organelles give you macromolecule resources or actions that are accurate to what that organelle would give you. So essentially, we want to produce games that are so accurate that a gamer would enjoy playing them at their game table, or a science teacher would want to use them in a classroom, right? So we hit both markets, essentially.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So you have a business model. You actually have communities where you're based in what, St. Louis, I thought you said?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri, and you actually have a lot of relationships already built within the science community there.
That's right.
And they keep you honest, so to speak.
Absolutely.
One of the things that you said in interviews that they will eat you alive if they if you make any mistakes. So you really have a really close bond there. Talk about that for just a few moments.
Yeah, on our most recent Kickstarter game, Subatomic and Atom Building Game, it's about particle physics, and we had 2 cards in the game that were building electrons. And the cards we got some feedback from particle physicists that said that it's kind of right, but probably not really. And so we went back and forth a lot on, how can we do this with just 2 cards? We got to figure out a way, and we ended up changing the particle wave duality cards to high energy photon cards. And the particle physicist said that's better. It's not. The science is never going to be perfect. Right? You have to stylize it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's amazing being on this side of it and seeing the feedback of, well, the game looks cool, but the science, and we're like, oh, we got to make the science right. We got to.
Right.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's
One of
a
our
really
number one
unique
focuses, that accurate science.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Well, this has been John and Chance with Genius Games. Go check their stuff out. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
All right, so here we are, day 2, continuing at GAMA Trade Show at 2018. Sam and I've got Clay here from Capstone Games. He just stopped by and told us about Wildcatters. So can you give me a condensed milk, canned milk version of what you just did in there for us?
Yeah, so we just filmed Wildcatters, just an overview of the gameplay, and essentially what you're doing is you're an oil baron back in the beginning of the oil industry, and you're discovering oil and you're delivering it across the world to various regions, and so you're going to score points for who's delivered the most oil to the various regions.
Okay.
Very area control like.
Yeah.
But it's also got some logistics in it and how you get the oil from a certain location to the refinery, and then which will then deliver to the...
Yeah, the different like boats or trains or just selling it directly to the refinery, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. One of the things that really popped about it were the components. And you guys put a lot of work into that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of custom shaped components that are very, the way that the factory had to cut them was very special, so we had to work with them really closely to do it. But I think there's over 270 components in it. It's massive. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really cool on the table. Like once it's set up and you've got the drilling rigs, the boats, the trains. Everything out there.
All right, cool. So that's Wildcatters. Make sure you go check that out. And I got one more question for you, Clay. What's your favorite thing about GAMA?
My favorite thing about GAMA is just networking with our retail customers and our distributors as well. It just brings everybody under the same umbrella.
That's cool.
And it's the one event a year that brings everybody to the same place.
Yeah.
So
networking.
Yeah, and it's the kickoff to the season too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, thanks, Clay. Appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back. All right, so here I am with Stefan Bristol from Yellow. He is also president of GAMA, so that's cool stuff here at GAMA Trade Show. He's about to go and record a video for our trade show coverage, but I pulled him aside because I have a very specific game that I want to ask him about, and that is Heroes of Black Ridge.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about Heroes?
Well, the first thing I can tell you, unfortunately, is that we are a little late. As the fan know, but it's still coming along. We still have our elite release program for our retailer who sign up for it. It still be available ahead of time for the retailer, and then consequently to the rest of the market and the online stores.
Okay.
And the original one is coming with the Drop Zone scenario pack, which is, if you're familiar with Heroes of Normandy, it's like the Gazette,
Right.
but it's a specific pamphlet to learn the base mechanic of Heroes of Black Ridge.
Okay.
Obviously, the engine is based on the Heroes system, with the tile and the turn tokens and the dice and the cards. But obviously all the universe is the IP from Games Workshop, and the actual miniatures have been shot from the real camera, and then the artists have been redrawn everything
That's cool.
on top of it. So the look and feel of the tiles is really neat. On top of that, Developing Game has redesigned a little bit the surroundings, so the tile blends to the background more.
That's cool.
Making it even more realistic, and so yeah, we are very excited.
All right, so cool. You've got, I think in the original box, you've got Orcs and Ultramarines, right?
That is correct.
And then what else have you got planned after that?
I think we have 2 more armies that are coming, but I didn't get the confirmation exactly, so
Okay.
I don't want to say
Don't wanna say
anything
anything,
out of town. I also think that down the line, and obviously depending on the success of that first series, there will be at least 2 other books that are available for developing to adapt in the series. So we're going to get more armies available to.
Yeah. Well, I know with Heroes of Normandy, it was just like a MG42
Yeah.
stuff that you guys were pumping up with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be like that for this one, but one can only hope, right?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I don't think, again, in the Heroes system, because developing on the IP, it was much easier for them to just produce material. It was just as fast as their artwork or their graphic artists can design stuff.
Yeah.
In the case of the Games Workshop license, obviously it's a little more work because it needs to be validated by Games Workshop and everything. But I heard that the Games Workshop people are very happy with what Developing did with the product, so I'm looking forward to.
John Carter is actually right across the hall. I saw him earlier today, and he seemed pretty happy about it. Yeah.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that's good.
I invite you to check the booth.
I will.
And go see behind the crypto banner. That's all I say.
Behind the crypto banner. All right, that's cryptic. All right, that's cool. All right, super. All right, well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Sam.
I appreciate it, man. We'll let you go. See you guys later.
Goodbye.
So here I am back. This is still day 2, by the way, and I'm here with Yue from Academy Games. Yue.
Yes.
Okay, Uva. See, I hate when I pronounce names wrong, but I do it all the time.
Anytime you hear those sheep or cows in the night going, ooh, but you know I'm there somehow.
I'll think about you.
But that didn't come out right today.
No, it didn't, but that's all right. Let's just move on. Anyway, you're here showing us a game called Agents of Mayhem.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a step away from your usual game, right? Because it doesn't really have a historical background to it.
No, and we're known for
No, sure. Go ahead, Brian. Thanks. Appreciate it, buddy.
Nice
Mr.
shirt,
Brian
though.
Pope.
Yeah.
Brian Pope.
wow.
Thanks.
I haven't seen a shirt like that since the 70s. I'm kidding.
No, we kid him about that all the time. It's okay. That's staying in the video. Though.
But anyway,
Agents of Mayhem.
Agents of Mayhem. It's our first historical sci-fi game that we're doing under our Apollo label, and we were approached by Volition Software, who do the Saints Row series of games.
Yeah.
In the same universe is in Agents of Mayhem, which is more grand, evil versus bad.
Yeah.
And really, they did a beautiful, wonderful job with it. So we're very excited to be doing the board games with them.
Yeah.
And so we did a Kickstarter, and you can still see it. If you go on Kickstarter, you can still pre-order it for a little while.
That's cool.
And what we did was, actually, they loved all of our games. Said, have you done a first-person shooter? Would you be interested in doing a first-person shooter? We said, well, we just happen to have this game here. Why don't you try it? They played the game, and they loved it. It's like, they said, did you make this for us? Well, no, this is a game we're working with the Marine Corps for Fallujah, the Battle of Fallujah.
really?
For squad level, tactical, combined
Different levels.
arms. Exactly, for
Cool.
inner urban city fighting.
Yeah.
So we took our military Fallujah game
That's cool.
and built into this incredible sci-fi game. But then on top of that, what makes this game so unique and what's so hard to get people to realize because it's so new.
Mhm.
I love time stories.
Yeah.
But it's very linear. It's one
Right.
way to go through it.
Mhm.
What we did, we took that idea for the campaign
Yeah.
and just opened the entire world. There are hundreds of different branches and ways you can do.
Yeah.
You make a decision that will influence, ripple forward and influence you in the future.
Cool.
But if you do something else here, again, it'll change how that original
Gotcha.
decision affects. So the game, any group, we've never had group have the same experience.
Hmm.
So that's really what is so exciting, that
That
we
is
made
cool.
an incredible first-person shooter like this, not Saints Row, but Agents of Mayhem,
Mhm.
but instead of playing one unit that you can switch out the characters,
That's
you're
cool.
playing 3 characters at a time against the Legion, and the guys always get mad, but when I watch Star Wars, I'm an Empire's fan. I believe in the structure. The Empire has built a good economic structure, and you've got these rebels going around.
They're the bad guys.
Exactly.
No, the Empire. It's the bad guys.
When you play 1775, are you for the good British Empire or the rebels who are trying to overthrow them? See, it's all how you look at it. So, but anyway, you know, it's what really hurts me is that America's not playing in the World Cup soccer final. So let's get back on key.
That does hurt.
Doesn't it?
That's not good.
So anyway, so we're very excited about Agents of Mayhem.
Cool.
And we are bringing in even some of the Saints Row characters like
Yeah.
Johnny Gat and some of the
That's cool.
others. And so it's a total departure for us.
Mhm.
But with our Apollo game line, we have some incredible other titles coming out. We have in our Birth of America series, we have now the Birth of Soul, which will be coming out early next year.
Okay.
Which is where all the planets are moving inside the board.
That's cool.
So it's, again, a little twist with a lot of miniatures.
Yeah.
So we're using all these engines that we've developed that we know are very popular, like our Vikings, where we just got the War Game of the Year with.
That's cool.
And everybody's complaining that, how could that be a War Game of the Year since it's not a war game? Which means that,
You people need to stop with your "that's not a war game" stuff.
no, it isn't a war game like the old stuff. It's not this stuff where you're looking at charts and these guys who say a war game is something that's boring and you take half an hour where you have to sit and watch other guys. No. Euro games where
They're
there's
King
any
Wonders
tactic-
people, man. They're just.
Oh,
We got Tony standing over here. We got Brian coming over here. We got
Brian Rogers.
Come on, guys. Come on. This is like everybody.
This is
slamming.
our next game. We're going to call it the Rogers Effect.
Oh,
So you don't even know that. Can we license your name?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
good. We won't
Just
pay you
have
more
to
than
pay a lot.
20%. No more than 20%.
20%.
Wow, that was easy.
Right. Well,
It's
no.
on video.
I know
Yeah.
it is.
Copy.
No, we're giving him 20% of every extra dice set we sell.
Oh, okay.
So, thanks. You weren't thinking you were going to get 20% of the game, are you?
You said 20% of the game.
Did I say that?
No,
It's on video.
It was on there. You clarified it after, but initially when I
Rules
said
lawyers.
yes.
Rules lawyers. Okay, for that, we get every picture you've had since you've been a baby.
I'll edit it. I'll edit
Okay,
it. It's okay.
that part will be edited out. So
I'm sorry, man.
Alright, man.
Okay.
you know, my interviews, nobody, it never goes straight.
hallway?
They don't let me in the real room.
Get it before he gets it done.
They're like all in there going, super quiet.
Yeah. Oh, just come on by. You know, anyway, I'm Uwe Eichert with Academy Games. Thank you very much for having me in this interview. And for the next person we're going to be interviewing is,
I told you it was going to be casual.
there you go.
So, yeah, he's probably next. We got to get done. We'll see you later.
That's why we're not wearing pants?
Oh, we are wearing pants.
Oh, that's right. It's a family show.
All right, so I am sitting here in my hotel room on day 2 of the Gamma Trade Show, and this is the end of the day, of course, and I'm literally about to sit down and edit the video that I shot today, and I realized that I do not have a ending for this video, so went ahead and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to shoot this for you and just basically give an end cap for the day. We had a lot of great people, great companies come and show us a lot of great looking games that are coming out this year. Some of them are already out. So you're going to be able to look at a lot of those videos next week after we take them back home and get them shot and everything like that. But some of those people I wanted to just pull aside as they were going into or out of our little sweet studio that we have here. And so I hope that's a pretty cool thing for you to watch. I thought that it would be neat just to get a little bit extra of what you're going to see in the videos later, something on top of that. And I know Tom's been doing a lot of live streaming throughout the course of the days as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that content. I hope that it's been fun for you to watch. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. We'll see you on day 3. Thanks for watching, folks. See you on the flip side.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.